Hi there folks, my name's NovaWrap and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings on from the week that was. So here we are on Sunday the 28th of October 2018 for another exciting episode, and we are going to jump straight into it this week with a release for the DCS World. So DCS, of course, as we know, primarily does a lot of modern combat very well, but it does occasionally do World War II combat. And this week we saw the release of a new campaign set up for the Spitfire 9. So this campaign is entitled the Big Show Campaign by Reflected Simulations. What it basically is that there was a French ace during the Second World War who served with the Free French Air Forces within the Royal Air Force. Yeah, don't ask questions. Read your history, actually. It's very interesting, actually, how all that turned about. Anyway, so Pierre Closterman turned out to be, was one of the earliest French aces. With various reports of anywhere between 33 and 19 kills. Now, this essentially, he was then also wrote one of the first and one of the most iconic autobiographies of their wartime fighter pilot experience, entitled The Big Show. So essentially, what this actual campaign does, this campaign sort of goes through a variety of missions, as it was, through 12 missions that recreate his memoirs and go down to like actual missions that he flew, including the time, the weather, the date, the squadrons, radio transmissions, radio calls, aircraft involved, ground forces involved. So really interesting actual idea behind this one, and kind of cool. I like stuff like this as is based in history. I'm a big fan of military history, and this is and doing things like this. I just as an aside here, folks, it actually is a great way to make history more interactive, and actually sort of because there's an old saying that he who does not learn from history is condemned to repeat it. And although yes, okay, sometimes some details get lost for sake of entertainment, it's important to still go into it and actually look at history. So I think this is a really good campaign. So I like this idea. So fully support this one coming out for this one. Now currently it is only available for non-Steam users and coming in at the standard mission pack price of $10, $10 US through the DCS World store. So that's less than $1 a mission. Now, of course, a couple of prerequisites that you can probably imagine that you would need to have, which of course is the DCS Spitfire LF Mark 9. You will also need the DCS Normandy map and the DCS World War II Assets pack. So just bear those in mind. But as I said, if you want to get some story-driven missions for you, this might be an interesting one for you to pick up. Available now from the DCS World store. DCS World store available now. Alrighty, moving out of DCS and moving into the more traditional sort of flight sim space with the ESP universe, and the guys over at Milviz have released their PA-30 twin Commanche. Now, Milviz and I have a bit of a love-hate relationship. I think they do some really, really amazing quality work, but sometimes their focus can be a little bit misguided. But anyway, that's a whole topic of conversation for another day. Anyway, the PA-30 Twin Commanche was a very short-lived production sort of variant from the manufacturer here, and it was really interesting to see it. I think it looks very much like a Piper Aztec, and it sort of came out about the same time, so I'm not surprised that the Twin Comanche sort of shares its lineage and a lot of that stuff with it. So it's really interesting. It looks like Milviz have done a really, really spectacular job on it, like as they always do with their 3D modeling. It's a very basic aircraft. It's very much a seat-of-the-pants kind of flying aircraft. You get a couple of basic avionics upgrades in there, including being compatible with the Milviz and /Rex weather radar. But it is designed to sort of work out of the box, but they do have some enhancements available as well. So they've gone through the very high resolution 3D models, both internally and externally. Beautiful use of lighting, both in the standard ESP platforms with shockwave lights, as well as going through to the latest versions of V4 with their dynamic lighting as well. Also, a very highly accurate flight model has been included as well as a full setup with the avionics and how the aircraft handles in the air and on the ground. So a lot of interesting stuff in there, including sort of how they actually and also very accurate renditions of the engine management as well, particularly at low altitude. So yeah, very interesting for this one. Now, of course, one of the other things as well is that just like it is at the original aircraft, and there's just a FYI for those who are out there. This is an aircraft that at the time autopilots were very rare to be installed in aircraft, and this one does not have one. So just bear that in mind, that this is true seat of your pants kind of flying stuff as well. Now there is a GPS unit included as well, which is basically Milviz's version of the standard GPS 500. However, it is fully compatible with third-party avionics sets, including the Flight 1 750 or 650 GTNs, Reality XBs 530 and 430, and the Navstax radio navigation suite as well. So it's fully compatible with a lot of that stuff as well. And again, also included, as I said, fully compatible with the whole range of the ESP platforms, including FSX, FSX Steam, and Prepared's version 2 through 4 in all their iterations. So pretty cool, this one coming in fairly possibly a little on the high on the price side. So it's coming in at $40 US, available from the Milviz website, available now. And another GA ESP release. The guys over at Just Flight, the in-house team there, have come up with their latest, their new rendition of their, continuing their rendition of various Piper aircraft, including this time the PA-28R, the PA-28-181 Archer 3. So the PA-28 series is such a huge series, and such a diverse series. There's quite a range in it. And it's probably really, when I think about it, considering that they did come out and do a really good job with the Arrow 3. It probably was not really surprising that the team have moved on and brought a rendition of the Archer 3 out as well. Now again, as we come to expect from the guys in the in-house Just Flight team, very highly detailed 3D model, both internally and externally. Variety of animations come through here, full HD textures included, a fully highly detailed flight model as well, with all those various different flight characteristics and quirk characteristics. Engine setup, engine model as well, with a fully interactive checklist for every stage of flight, also for the startups, and checklist for every stage of flight as well. Again, they've implemented their panel state system, which will actually save the panel states, which kind of Prepared does have by default anyway, but you can actually go through with their standard Just Flight quick reference configuration system as well. Fully functional various avionics setups in the way, various avionics setups as well, including the GNS 530, GNC 255, GN62 DME unit, a whole slew of other stuff as well, and a basic, and also a Traffic Watch ATD 300 traffic awareness unit. So very early version of GA TCAS kind of stuff. Also includes full integration with Flight 1 GTN GNS avionics system as well, and a full rendition of the custom coding of the fuel system and electrical systems as well. So again, many ways, a lot of this stuff has come over from the Arrow 3, but it's sort of just been customized for the Archer 3. So the Archer 3, as I said, very similar, with 10 high definition levers included, fixed landing gear, and overall looking pretty cool. Pretty standard price again from Just Flight. Again, I always think this price is a little on the high side, but still a very highly detailed rendition. So again, coming in at $42 US, or your original equivalent, available now from Just Flight. Oh, sorry, and rounding out, as I said, the one is also, as I said, fully compatible with all of the ESP platforms, including FSX, FSX Steam Edition, and Prepared in all of its forms as well. So, yes, again, great to see multi-platform installer coming through for this one, available now. And continuing on with other aircraft releases, this time for FSX. So, a couple of weeks ago, we reported on the fact that Bravo Zulu released their rendition of the Fairey Firefly F1, FR1, and F1 for Prepared V4. And there was sort of rumors that Skippy was sort of considering looking at bringing it over to FSX, and of course now he has. So there was enough interest for him to bring it over, so he has brought it over, made it fully available for FSX. Essentially, I'm not going to go into too much detail because it does have all of the things that it had in the last iteration. As I said, a high resolution 3D, highly detailed high resolution 3D model, texture sets, full sets of flying specifications, and flying as close to the real aircraft as you can get. However, a couple of differences though that you have had between the V4 and the FSX version is that you do lose the you do lose the radar system, which was custom modeled and coded for Prepared V4. That's the only major thing that you lose from what I can tell. Possibly some of the lighting, but yeah, from what I can tell, the main thing that you've lost is just simply the working radar. So whether that makes a big deal or not for you, I don't know. That's just really the only thing that you lose for this one. Now, a couple of interesting things for this one. So is that if you want to pick this one up, if you're an FS6, you want to pick it up, you can pick this one up for about $18 US, same price from over at Sim Market or directly from Bravo Sulu himself. Now, one thing that I found is that if you previously have purchased it for Prepared V4 through Sim Market, you're entitled to free upgrade, so you can actually get the FSX version as well. Just simply add it to your card, it'll reference the same account, and you're good to go. Now, in terms if you purchase it directly from Skippy via the Payloads website, I've got no information about whether you get the same deal or not. I kind of assume that you would, but I can't confirm that one. So, yes, if anybody has, let me know. Otherwise, I just couldn't confirm it. I'm thinking it's going to be the same deal, where if you've purchased the Prepared V4 version, you will be able to get the FSX one for free, but I cannot guarantee it. So just have a look through there, maybe just, I guess I'm checking out Skippy's blog and I can't find anything about it. I can't think of his blog page, but if you did get it through Sim Market, it is a free update to be able to get both versions. So if you have grabbed it from Sim Market, you can get that one now for free. Alright folks, otherwise as I said, if you are picking up new, it's available for $18 US or your original equivalent, available now. In another FSX release, well, FSX Steam Edition re-release, as we often see. So we saw Coronado brought their venerable Cessna 172 Cutlass over to the Steam Edition platform. Now, of course, not going to go into this one too detailed because their Cessna retractable gear Cutlass has been around for many, many years from Coronado, but they have brought it over now to the Steam Edition only platform, so you can bet it on for Steam. As I always say with this one, if you are even possibly remotely thinking that at one day you may update to being a prepared user, or may want to do use multiple sims, you may want to consider buying this one from your nominal flight sim retailer. But if you are a Steam Edition pilot exclusively, then you can pick this one up now, available on Steam, coming in at $20 US, which is about $10 cheaper than purchasing it direct from a nominal retailer for a multi-platform. So leave it up to you guys if you do want to do that. But as I said, if you are a Steam Edition exclusive simmer and you have no intention that you'll ever do it, I think pick this one up, available now on Steam. Continuing on with ESP releases, but moving into the scenery world, the guys over at FSDG have brought out their long-awaited release of Cape Town International Airport. So relying on the western coast of South Africa, Cape Town is a very busy international airport, a very popular place. In fact, it's one of those places I've always wanted to go because I've always wanted to go there because I want to hike Table Mountain. I know it's a weird thing, but that's what I want to go. Also, incidentally, so much like there is the sort of like the ball drops at Greenwich at noon to sort of signify the time. So in Cape Town on Cradle Mountain, there's on Table Mountain, there is a gun that fires, a naval gun that fires every day at midnight. At midday, every day it fires that. It has a Twitter account, so every day at midnight in Cape Town, it tweets, bang. Sorry. Just random fact for you. Anyway, moving on. So, yes, otherwise, this rendition from FSDG of Cape Town includes a fully accurate rendition of Cape Town International Airport as appears at the start of 2018, including the current terminals. Fully included for high definition textures and high resolution modeling of all terminal buildings, both passenger and cargo terminals. Aprons, textures, taxiways, all done in high definition technology. Full implementation of dynamic lighting technology for prepared V4 users. Fully optimized and compatible with SODE, jetways, and animations. Compatible with all add-ons, including FTX Global, GSX, UTX, and traffic, and fully supporting of traffic products as well. So pretty cool, pretty detailed, looking quite impressive for this one. FSDG really have continue just to go ahead in leaps and bounds. They've got really great content coming through. So this one you can pick up from FSDG online directly, coming in around about $29-30 US, or your regional equivalent, available now. And another scenery release this week, the guys over at Imagine Sim have finally brought their release of Changi Airport, or Whiskey Sierra Sierra Singapore. So Changi is possibly one of the busiest and largest airports in the world, and definitely a hub for a lot of transit coming through, passengers coming through when you're traveling from the Middle East or traveling elsewhere into Asia. A lot of flights get routed through Singapore. Changi is just an incredibly huge complex. There's just an insane amount of traffic that goes through there. So it's really great to see this rendition of the airport as it appears in 2018, with its very futuristic designs in some ways, and its facilities on the inside as well are just insanely detailed, just insane in real life. But this rendition of the airport is insanely detailed as well, including very high, accurate modeling and renditions as it appears at the start of 2018. Full high definition textures used throughout, including accurate runway markings, accurate taxiway markings, full support of SODE jetways, and custom animations as well coming in that we usually see from Imagine Sim. Overall, looking absolutely insane as well. Now this one's coming in at about $30 US for this one, or your regional equivalent, available now direct from Imagine Sim or from your favorite flight sim retailer, available now. In another scenery release, the guys over at P-Real Soft continue on with one of their HD cities. This time, though, tackling a little bit more than a city. They're tackling on a full island archipelago. This is in their latest release. They have released the Malta for the ESP Platforms, which combines both photoreal imagery down to 50cm per pixels of the full Malta archipelago, as well as custom 3D autogen for the islands, and a slew of actual custom 3D buildings as well. So it's an actually really highly detailed rendition. I'm really impressed by how it looks as well. From what I can tell, though, it is a summer only is the photoreal. That's pretty standard though for a lot of these things. Mind you, it's pretty much summer kind of year round in Malta. To be honest, it's in the beautiful part of the Mediterranean. I really enjoyed my time there. I really did. Incidentally, random fact for you: you can go to a different church on the island of Malta every day of the year and still not go to every church on the island. Random useless fact for you for Malta if you ever go there. Otherwise, this is, as I said, it's details all of the buildings, all of the major cities. In fact, all of the islands are covered with custom autogen designed for Malta, as well as all large numbers of major iconic buildings and ports, all done in high 3D detail and customized 3D buildings as well. Also fully compatible with all known Malta airport sceneries for your flight simulation pleasure. Coming in at around about $20 US, or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. In another flight sim scenery release this week, the guys over at MK Studios have released their rendition of Vágar Airport, which is the only airport in the Faroe Islands, which I didn't learn until actually I was doing the research for this episode. So it's also the main operating base, well, the only operating base for the Faroese national airline, Atlantic Airways. Now this airport is fully supports all of your sort of smaller tube liner activities, including your A319, A320 series. Boeing 737s are all able to fly in and out of this aircraft, but there is a bit of a challenging approach due to the hills on the island that are coming in through here. Now, this is a highly detailed rendition of the airport as it appears in 2018, including high-definition textures throughout, accurate 3D modeling, full modeling of the terminal interior, as well as custom vehicles, airport objects, 3D people, 3D snow effects for the winter have been included as well. as well as a blending of photoreal and custom artwork for the actual airport textures as well. Full implementation of night lighting for the setup has been included as well, including full support of dynamic lighting, as well as 50 centimeter pixel satellite photoreal coverage of the airport area, but custom land class and terrain mesh for all Faroe Islands have been included. And also for the helicopter fans out there, there has been a slew of helipads have been included both the airport area and throughout the Faroe Islands. So really cool to see some support, some love for helicopter pilots there. Now this one is a prepared V4 exclusive release. It is not designed to work with any of the 32-bit ESP platforms, and coming in at $19 or your original equivalent, available now at Sim Market. And continuing on with more scenery releases, and again another prepared V4 exclusive release. So we saw the guys over at MLD Scenery release there for their first product, which is I'm so going to get this wrong, Iasi International Airport in Romania, which is the one of the oldest accredited airports in Romania, and the fourth busiest in terms of regional traffic, and the most important in the historical region of Moldavia. This includes high detailed 3D models of the airport as it appears at the start of 2018. It includes high definition textures of all the buildings, including photoreal scenery and terrain for the airport and the surrounding areas. Fully supportive custom textured taxiways and ground markings. Full implementation of the dynamic lighting, as well as an automatic seasonal changing system for full seasons, and also realistic puddles in wet weather. So a lot of stuff's going in here, fairly impressive, particularly the snow effects for this one, for this airport. So looking pretty good, especially for a company's first release. Now this one's available, coming in at $16 or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Moving out of the ESP platforms and moving into the world of X-Plane now. So hot on the heels of the release of their Orbix's release of Great Britain for X-Plane, their True Earth series. They've now released their rendition of Southampton Airport. So Southampton Airport is pretty much the home of a lot of the low budget carriers, especially Flybe do a lot of work out of here. So this is a airport that's busy for both commercial, big tube liner traffic, as well as a lot of GA and private jets get moved through here as well. Super detailed rendition of the airport as it appears in 2018, with full custom modeling of the airport and all supported buildings, full custom terrain mesh, and fully blended to work in with a True Earth Great Britain South as well. Full implementation of PBR texturing and night lighting effects have been implemented in this one for X-Plane 11, as well as the modeling of the local town and the local area around the airport, with lots of custom points of interest included as well. Also includes realistic static aircraft, animated ground service, and fully compatible with World Traffic 3 as well. And this release is available from the Orbix Direct website, coming in at $24 or your original equivalent, available now. And another scenery release for X-Plane. We saw the guys over at UK 2000 have brought out their Guernsey Extreme rendition of the Guernsey Airport and the Channel Airlines, in the Channel Islands. This one is their conversion again, so previously from their ESP rendition. So this one now includes a sloped runway, as well as updates of all the buildings as they appear. Now, it does appear that they have, again, which is pretty standard for these guys, they haven't actually updated it, so it is a little outdated, the layout of the airport, but does include a full, highly detailed 3D models of the buildings, though, with full implementation of the X-Plane 11 lighting system and PBR-based texturing as well. Full high-res ground imagery of the airport and the surrounding area has been included, as well as a variety of airport vehicles and static items have been included as well. So again, one of the things about UK 2000, I said, it's always great to see them developing and bringing their content over, their excellent content over onto Explain 11. But yeah, just sometimes feels like they they miss a chance to actually sort of be able to update some of their products. But anyway, still looking a great rendition of the airport. So it's coming available now for just over $20 US available now from the UK 2000 website. And another scenery release for the Explain World. The guys over at Just Sim have followed up their release of Brussels Airport for the ESP platforms, with releasing it over for Explain 11. So again, I'm not going to go through this too much more details when we've covered this off previously. Fully compatible with Explain 11, full implementation of PBR and dynamic lighting, and the dynamic lighting effects that are included with that. Includes custom airport lighting, custom taxiways, runways, apron, and custom 3D modeling of all airport buildings as it appears in 2018. High resolution textures and shadowing effects all included as well. Fully compatible with World Traffic and X-Life Traffic are all included as well. So looking pretty impressive. Very similar to, as I said, to the prepared ones. Great quality product available now from explain.org. And then aircraft release for Explain 11, the guys over at Carinado have brought their Cessna Citation over to Explain 11. So looking pretty amazing. Again, as we've come to expect from Carinado, good solid quality work from them. A full implementation of the PBR lighting effects, full use of Explain 11's lighting system as well. PBR texturing looking amazing. High quality flight model updated for Explain 11. Updated flight physics, ground handling, and full implementation and support of Reality XP's GTN 750 for Explain as well. Looking pretty good, pretty amazing. For a product of theirs that's been around for years, as I said, the port over looks beautiful, and again, another high quality product from the guys over at Carinado. This one available now for $40 US, or your regional equivalent available from your flight sim retailer. Moving out of the flight sim world and moving into the world of the permanent way, with a couple of releases for Train Simulator this week. So the first one we saw was a new route add-on, the Frankfurt S-Bahn Rhine-Main route. So the S-Bahn is sort of like it's a bit like an underground, but it's sort of like a metro sort of system throughout many cities in Germany. But it combines both above ground and below ground options as well. So this one in particular covers off two lines, the S5 and S6 lines, as part of the main Frankfurt Rhine-Main S-Bahn network. So it's a 60-kilometer route, 28 stations, including 6 bespoke underground stations are included with this one as well. Variety of key locations and models in the background as well, including Frankfurt am Main HBF, as well as the depots and sidings and included for the region as well. You also get in here authentically recreated Deutsche Bahnhof BR423 EMU in 4, 8, or 12 car formations, which by itself includes a fully functional train destination display, full implementation of a custom start procedure, and manual automatic control of passenger doors. Along with the route, you also get 6 career scenarios included, as well as always being comprehensively compatible with quick drive scenarios, and also with multiple workshop scenarios as always. So this route is available, coming in at $40 US, or your regional equivalent, available now on Steam. And the other train simulator release this week, we saw the release of a new scenario pack for the Soldier Summit and Salt Lake City routes. So this includes 10 career scenarios to go through to actually to give some options through the Soldier Summit and Salt Lake City route extensions to recreate the entire 3rd district of Denver and Rio Grande West's Utah division operations, including passenger and freight simulation scenarios are included as well. Now, for a couple of this ones, to get the full use of all of the scenarios in the course in this pack, you do need a few extra add-ons, as well as the Soldier Summit and Salt Lake City route extension. You need to also have the GP40-2 locomotive and the Western Pacific FP7 California Zephyr locomotive as well. But again, as always, coming in through with a range of scenarios for this one, coming in with 10 scenarios for $10 US. So about $1 a scenario, and as always, some great quality stuff there for Train Simulator, available now on Steam. And with that now rounds out the simulation release news for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Just a quick word of warning. I am competing in the Noosa Triathlon next Sunday. I will do my best to get an episode out, but I cannot guarantee I will do it because I will be traveling up there for that one. So I will do my best to get an episode out, but as I said, no guarantees for that, but we'll see what can happen. Otherwise, I want to say thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.